The doctor started down the stairs. "Be gentle with my patient, Morgan." "Of course," Grant said, indignantly, and added for good measure, "I have a way with women." Linley's only reply was a sceptical snort. Admittedly, it was an overstatement. Ever since the first Morgan of Bow Street novel had been published, Grant had received a great deal of attention from women. He liked and respected them, but he didn't actually have a way with them. In his defense, there was a limit to how much savoir-faire one should expect of a man whose formative years had been spent in a London fish market. If a woman was being harassed or attacked or needed a bodyguard or required him to solve a problem, he knew exactly what to do. But in a purely social setting, a drawing-room or salon, he turned a bit awkward, especially in the company of a woman he fancied. His mind would go blank, or the wrong words would come out. His usual physical agility would vanish. He might accidentally drop a teaspoon or overturn a vase. It had been a while since he'd had that problem, however. Brooding, Grant wandered into the master bedroom. Most of the rank smell was gone, the ruined counterpane and pillow replaced by fresh linen sheets and blankets. Vivian was clean and dry, dressed in one of his white cambric shirts. Mrs. Buttons, who was straightening a few articles on the bedside table, turned to him with a questioning glance. "Thank you," Grant said simply. "I can always rely on you in an emergency." The housekeeper smiled. "I should hope so, sir." Grant drew closer to the bed. Vivian's skin was ashen, her eyelids like bruised petals. Her hair had been washed and braided into a rope of fire that trailed over her shoulder. Cautiously he touched it with a single fingertip, almost surprised to feel that it was cool. "How did you clean her hair?" he asked. "Dr. Linley said it wouldn't do to wet her head, but he let us rub in some hartshorn salts and brush them out. It will have to do until we can give it a proper washing." Grant picked up a slip of paper from the small table at the bedside and glanced over Linley's written instructions. Keep her warm and dry, give sips of broth or sweetened tea, cherry bark syrup for cough, salve for abrasions. In other words, there was damned little that could be done for Vivian other than allow her time to heal. How still she was. He touched her mouth and nose with his fingertips and was instantly reassured by a faint rush of air. After feeling how dry and cracked her lips were, he opened a little tin of salve and dabbed some on them. Gently he applied more to the scratch marks at her throat. She seemed so lost and vulnerable, as if she were about to drift away or shrink to nothing. Carefully he reached for her lax fingers, so thin and cold, loose like a little bundle of rolled fireplace spills. He held her hand gently, wishing he could give her some of his strength.